in my life, this is my time. Step up, rise up, fight first, bring it on.
Welcome to the next Remus Talks. I was just looking through some old memories of mine, looking through some other videos of my work, and I was just, well, it does relate to the future, so to speak, but I couldn't help but notice one thing that really caught me off guard more than it should have. This is to do with the person that I'm talking about today. See, this was first when Dylan Pickin had his first singles match. This was at Jingle Bell Brawl, I believe. And I remember that there was supposed to be this big star returning to SWF. There was supposed to be someone who was going to change the landscape once more because he is that prestigious. And everybody, including myself, was both intrigued and excited at who this new prospect could be. Could it be someone we hadn't seen in a while? Could it be an early debut of Wrecking Ball? I don't know. Maybe the Reaper himself returns out of retirement. Much like how we would want Shawn Michaels to. What do we get instead? Loza-fucking-Rado. Lozarado. Another task has been completed for the society. You see, my reaction to that on the day when I first saw him was very similar to someone else's that I hate. And we hate each other, and this person is Crimson. But I distinctly remember turning around to him and going, "What the fuck?" And even he turned around and said, "Yeah, what the fuck?" Because we were expecting somebody of a higher prestige. We were expecting someone who was going to change the game, make competition that much harder. And what we got was a Mexican fish out of water. If he is even Mexican. I've never even heard him speak a single syllable of Mexican. Well, it would technically be Latin Spanish. More Spanish. Or maybe even Mayan. Yeah, there's a lot of different cultures in Central America. Doesn't even look Mexican either. And I'm not talking about skin colour, thank you very much. Yes. Behooves you to know that the society has no concept of looks, age, or gender. Just competency. Which is probably why we don't like Lazarado a lot. I can't think of a match that he has won at all. Maybe, did he win a tag team at Redemption? I don't know. I don't tend to keep an eye on such weaklings like him. I'd class him just slightly above Mr. Smiley because it looks like he has, like, a minuscule amount of technical ability, but beyond that, that's all he has. Now, call it what you will, Lawrence, but you're clearly running out of ideas for people to bring back. Maybe you should look at widening your recruitment pool. Maybe you should look at actually getting people who are competent at wrestling. Because Lord knows Lozarado is not one of them. Just like MC Loza, just like Mr. Smiley, just like the Blue Wonder, and just like yourself, Side Splitter, you're all worthless. And you should never see the time of day in the ring again. After all, why would they want to see you when they can see myself, Robert DeCaro? Hell, my general manager, Richard Knights, is more entertaining to look at than you. Although, to be fair, Richard Knights is more entertaining than a lot of SWF. It's not hard to be more entertaining than the lot of you. And whilst this video is about Lazzarado, so I suppose I'll have to say something else on him. Side Splitter, I notice you've got your SWF, Sheffield Wrestling Federation, YouTube channel back up. And you've been uploading, you've been busy, haven't you? And you uploaded a recent video of you against Mark Dolan, someone I may talk more about down the line. You know, for someone who's so reserved nowadays, back then, you didn't hold back, did you? No. Let's talk about how you were willing to go into no DQ matches all the time. You had been in the Annihilation with Psychosis, and you attempted to be a psychopath. Even though you're also the same person who took a kick from someone who didn't actually kick you in the face. Yeah, I can't remember what tag team match that was, but it's one that's been uploaded recently, and, well, unless you're somehow being hit by the pressure of air coming from his boot, I think that you're just coming off as being scared more than anything, scared of pain nowadays. Maybe that's why you don't want to go up against me. Maybe that's why you're being quiet, because you know I'll put you through all of that. But it's not about you today, as much as you'd love it to be all about you. This is about Lazzarado. What else can I say? He's quite clearly a Brit, playing a Mexican, who's playing a luchador, but clearly has no idea how to be a luchador. I mean, I won't turn around and say that I know how to be a luchador. I've seen how luchadors work. I've seen the best of the best. You can only look at Sin Cara. You can look at people like... In terms of talent, you can look at people like Lince Dorado, Gran Metalik, Kalisto, Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio! Lazzarado is nothing like them. And he will never be anything like them. So the quicker that he can be thrown out of the company, so that more time can be given to those who deserve it, like me, like Robert DeCaro, like Richard Knights, like the rest of the society, who will eventually show their faces soon, then maybe you'll have a good show to work with. But until that point, you're always going to be second rate. Now, this would be quite a short video if I were talking about Lazzarado, because there's not really much to say about him. He's a pile of shit. And that's how it should stay. So I thought I'd take the time to address some of what Sinister has been saying, because you've been quite busy, and as usual you always jump the gun, because you're like a bunch of immature young children. Which makes sense, because as much as you slate us for following that of a higher purpose, not a god, no. Belial is not a god. Because God does not exist. Buddha does not exist. Ganesh does not exist. The Roman gods, the Greek gods, the pagan gods, they don't exist. The crowned princes do, however. Oh, they exist. They exist in their entirety. But I'll get onto that in a second, because I think it would be only fair, seeing as you've placed out a response with someone protecting your back, that I play that out for you. Here you go, my loyal fans.
I thought SWF was actually competition.
Oh my god.
It's fucking... Oh, hi! Hi, Remus! We saw your video. We saw yours too, DeCarlo. You see, it's like I said before, it's cute really. You guys follow a god. That's adorable. Kind of like any other religion out there. But you see, we're Sinister and We don't follow anyone. We have no limits, Remus. So, 1975, such a good year.
Wait. Didn't you think his video was a bit creepy? Touching the walls?
That's
Like
cute.
a cat.
That's cute. That's cute. That's almost as cute. That's almost as cute as the cosplay kid's PS4 going off in all his promos. Now you see, you might be wondering who this tank beast of a man is.
It's our insurance policy. He needs no name. He needs no introduction.
You see, this man is here to make sure the society and SWF don't screw over Sinister and Titan. But this isn't about Titan versus SWF right now. This is about the society versus Sinister.
Evil versus maniacal.
Notice we didn't use the word good. There's nothing good about us, except how good we are.
I have something better in my mouth. That one took the words right out of my mouth.
That's why I'm the talker.
Yes.
Now you see, Remus. What can I say about Remus that I haven't already said?
He's the Sheffield champion.
No, get right. Wait, he's a Sheffield champion? So he's the world champion?
No, he's Sheffield champion.
But it's Sheffield Wrestling Federation.
Yeah, but he's Sheffield champion though.
We'll call him regional. He's the regional champion.
That works better. Lawrence, take that in mind.
Now, Decaro. When the last time Decaro did anything of note?
Anything notable. Don't forget he's bringing up the past about how he's beat me and you simultaneously.
Oh, yeah, he brought that up. Rob, I believe the last time we met, I took your title. Yeah, remember that? You handcuffed me, and I still beat you. That was about Firth Park, I believe. Firth Park. No, it wasn't at Firth Park. It was in the park.
It was a long time.
It was a long time ago. It's been, what, 3-4 years?
Robert, we'll bring up our match. What happened after that match? Oh yeah, I took a kendo stick to your dinner, and I got dubbed Kendo Stick Libra.
Plus, I believe Mr. Decaro's first match. Well, I wouldn't really call it a match, but his first appearance in an SWF main event was refereeing our match. Right? 6-on-6.
I can't remember. That was...
Team Leo. Oh, well, as YouTube put it, Team Leo and Dante versus the Demons. Versus Team Crimson.
Wait, what demons?
The donkeys.
Do you mean humans?
That's right.
There's no demonic presence about Crimson and all that and all the others.
Nah, but that's for another video.
Maybe donkey.
That is for a separate video. We're gonna go down the list of the SWF roster and single-handedly.
Tell him a new one.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a more PG word,
I
but
can't wait to use my friend here on your skull.
you see, this here is Richard. Richard is a very good friend of ours, and Richard will happily tell you a new one. Go get someone to eat, big guy.
You need it.
Because you see, we are Sinister, and we are never ending. Because we
Oh, forever.
Bye, boys.
Now, whilst for the majority of that video I was sort of looking in amazement at how cute your little insurance policy was trying to be in the background, waving his little bat around, like I've not seen one of them before, let alone have one used against me. You seem to be forgetting something. You quite clearly, correctly stated that I am the current Sheffield champion. Do you know what else I was? I was also the Intercontinental champion, still technically the uncrowned Intercontinental champion, seeing as it was never taken away from me, which I think between the 5 of us now, maybe 6, maybe Belial is listening. Yes, he is. Between the 6 of us, we can agree that that was one of the greatest injustices that he has ever performed. You may not have any love for me, and I certainly don't have any love for you, but you at least can understand that much. People stripping away your rights and your titles. Can you not? And I also used to be the 24/7 champion, but that was more for a fun and lark, to be fair. In the end, I just ended up leaving the 24/7 belt for someone else to grab. There was a brief stint where Crimson caught me off guard, though I did offer him a handshake because he was the only one who showed initiative inside that ring. So I can't fault him for that. And then I gained it back afterwards, and that's when I threw it away. Did I mention I was the Cruiserweight champion? Yeah, you know, I'm that much of a big deal that I'm able to create my own tournament and have people put in it so that they can face me at the end, just so they can lose to me. And in the meantime, I'm still going to be holding an open challenge against people who want to have a go at my Cruiserweight Championship. And I also have a Fatal 4-Way match for my Sheffield Championship. And I also have a tag team match with Dylan Pickin and Daniel Banner with my trusted friend Robert DeCara. And I already had someone respond to me for my first Open Cruiserweight Challenge, Conor Cage himself. And in the future, I'm going to be facing Side Splitter himself, and I'm going to be taking the world title for my own. And, well, that's where you guys come into the picture. Dante, Leo Libra, and your massive hulking insurance policy, as you'll call him. It's cute that you think you need an insurance policy. It's cute that you think I'm going to get SWF involved. Oh, dearie me. You seem to forget that the Society has jurisdiction beyond SWF. And you know full well that they don't like us. They hate you. Oh, by God, they hate you. But they don't like us. So why would they want to help us? Why would we want them to help us? I don't see any reason for it. The fact that you think you need someone with a bat trying to act all spooky and ominous behind you. That's so cute. That's the cutest thing I've ever seen. You know, for people, it's puppy pictures and kittens. For me, it's people are trying to act tough when they're clearly not. Where you're going, let's call it a little tour of memory lane. Because we're going to be going to a lot of places. Oh, I can't say everything. We've got to keep it a surprise. But it's a surprise that you wanted. And it's a surprise that we're going to go out of our ways to make memorable. And you're right. We're not going to go out of the match the same. I think this may have been addressed in another video. I'll play that in a second, but we're not going to come out the same. One of us is going to win, and one of us is going to lose. There'll be a score of 1 in one side, and a score of 0 in the other. And that's the way it's going to be. Maybe I should be a bit more specific. It's the Society who's going to get that score. Not you. No. You see, the Society has been training together for quite some time. You've only formed up because of a few words I said. And you took great offence to what I said. Like immature little children. Yes, I sling all the mud, but I fully expect it to be slung back at me. And most of the time, they've missed, because what they've slung isn't that great. Although I am looking forward to what you're going to say, Catherine, because apparently you've got some quite choice words for me, although doesn't everyone. Now let's have a look at this next video together, shall we? Oh, society members, if you're watching this, please do keep an eye on this, because for those of you who are going to be re-entering the wrestling world, this is how you don't try and be intimidating.
It came to a tie. A tie!
Between us, or as you put it, Cince's IP.
And I forget his name. Anyway, he's not important.
No.
What is important is this tie was decided by the society.
By votes!
The society should be worried about the two guys that have been a constant thorn in their side.
The faces! Your shitty backyard company can't seem to forget. The cancers! That is us.
So you see, Remus Kane, Robert DeCaro, and Richard Knight, that's it. I had to remember who he was for a second.
You see, you're challenging us to a match.
Not a match.
Oh,
it's going to be a fight.
You're challenging us to this fight, this unsanctioned match. But you're keeping us in suspense, boys. Yes, we've seen your video, and it was hella creepy. Not to us, but it may have been creepy to others.
There's definitely a few kids that can't sleep.
Yeah, probably. That one kid being Lawrence, Bennett, small side splitter. Or is it Lazarado, or is it Mr. Smiler?
It's the three faces of Bandit.
Yeah, that's it.
So, anyway, but this isn't about Side Splitter. This isn't about SWF. This is about the society versus Sinister.
Why put us in the votes? Why do we need to be in the votes?
Because you see, Remus, you should know, we don't wait. We don't like waiting.
No. But yet, oh, you see, you want to do your Remus talks, but yet, the votes, always with the votes, Remus, and now you're putting us in the votes.
You see, Mr. Kane.
Or is it Belial?
That's a good question.
Which one is it?
Now, Kane or Belial, I don't care who it is. After this fight, it's no lie, not a single member of the society or a single member of Sinister is going to be the same. We'll be battered, we'll be broken, but you'll come out worse.
You guys challenge us. You have put yourselves in a whole load of shit.
And I'm sure you've noticed the big guy, Corpse, he's not here tonight because we don't need him here. To make a point clear. We don't need Corpse to win our battles.
And this goes out, this little side note goes out to anybody in SWF. If you have a problem with us, then please speak up.
Now, we saw the video. And we're not talking about your little creepy response to us either with Mr. DeCaro. We're talking about your latest video. It's cute. The kid has 10 steps to beat you. I only need 2. Turn up, whoop your ass. And that's what's going to happen, Remus. Because you see, we're not doing battle in your typical SWF backyard playground. No! We are doing battle on Titan's turf!
Or wherever it may be.
But you see, you do not have the advantage here. You may think you do with Belial and all his mystic energy. But you don't have the advantage, Remus. Yeah, Belial been around for however long.
But remember...
Millennia!
But remember... It's biblical bullshit.
He's been around for millennia, but you say you beat the best. Have you ever stepped in the ring with Sinister?
Not one-on-one.
There's
Tandem.
one way to find out. You might have stepped in the ring with him.
No, never.
Never. He's never stepped in the ring with me. Never. No.
Dick Coro, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. He might have got some scripted wins over us, but never really anything else. But anyway, let's wrap this up. Society.
Leave us out the votes. We don't need to be in the votes.
We jumped the gun. We fired the first shot. We're waiting for your response. Because, boys, we don't like waiting for the simple reason we are sinister.
Now, I'm not quite sure what you mean by scripted wins. I personally think that it's an excuse for you to hide behind your own quite clear inadequacies, but it's true, you've beaten Robert DeCaro and Robert DeCaro's beaten you, which means that you know each other inside out. You know what he can do. He knows what you two can do, but there is a small difference. You don't know what I can do. You don't know what I can do. Outside of a ring and inside of it, you can watch on videos. Sure. Watch away. It'll give me more views. Or, if you want to go to someone else's channel, as long as it shows my little pretty face, I don't mind. But you seem to be contradictory of yourselves. You're wanting us to talk about you, yet you don't want me to put you in the votes? Let me remind you that this is my channel. If I want to put you in the goddamn votes, I'm gonna put you in the goddamn votes. I don't need no second rate's permission to do it. Certainly not from you two. I see you decided to throw away... Is it Corpse you called him? Corpse, yeah. If that's actually his name, then it certainly explains his very brutish and very quiet nature, because what use has a corpse got to use? Maybe you were using it as an offhand comment. Maybe that's not his name at all. You should probably name him that if that's not his name already, because that describes him to a T. Now, there seems to be a little bit of disunity between the two of you. Dante's not so quick to throw away the assumption that Belial exists, whilst Leo Libra, you don't like the idea that Belial exists. Maybe it's because you've done your own research on him, and you know the 3 different emotions that he resides over. Pride, lust, arrogance. And out of 3 of those, you definitely hold 2 of them. Think about it like this. Every time you have a moment of pride, every time you feel arrogant, hell, every time you lust after that girl of yours, and every time she lusts for you, you're only adding to his strength. Now combine that with millions of years, and what do you have? A creature that's been very much sated by the emotions of its population on this planet. And the one that's decided to put that sated hunger into power, raw power. Maybe that's a bit beyond your comprehension, but not so much for Dante. I think he understands what Belial is. He's probably under the assumption that what we have isn't him. But let me assure you, come the day, maybe he'll decide to show himself, maybe he won't. But if he does decide to show himself, well, not only should you feel honoured, you should be downright terrified. You don't have to be scared of me. I don't want people to be scared of me. Because it's more satisfying when I can beat them down. And they've been at the bravest. But Belial prefers it when he knows that his prey is terrified. He loves to feed upon those emotions, so the quicker you can get scared of him, it may save your life. Maybe he'll keep you around as a pet. Maybe not. Who am I to say? Keep judging us. Keep doing it. It'll be your downfall. Now, that's all I have for today, so leave a like, share and subscribe. Oh, and don't forget to click up here so you can vote on which wrestler I'm to talk about next. And I saw a couple of comments, and some very interesting ones. Ones that I'll be more than happy to talk about. Mainly because they did flesh out my career. So I'll see all you boys and girls in the next episode.